Hello guys, welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be showing you how to use a VLOOKUP function. Okay, so what we're going to be doing basically in this video is that we're going to bring this we're going to take this employee name and then move it to where we have close to a salesperson employee ID number. Okay, so this is a table that we have over here called salesperson employee ID. So we just have to copy this information and then we paste this information here. So we just want to grab this employee name and then move it to its corresponding ID number over here. And then this is a big table over here. So we're going to move this employee name to this big table where we have it over here. We're going to put it over here. So first of all, let's go to our small table, which is the salesperson table. Okay, so to grab this name, employee name, and then move it to its corresponding ID number, we're going to be using VLOOKUP. So let's see how it is being used. Okay, so first of all, we have to write the title here, salesperson name. Okay, so once you're done with that, we're going to be using VLOOKUP function now. So we first of all start with an equality sign, and then once you click on V, the VLOOKUP function comes up over here. So we can see the VLOOKUP function here. So it has up to 4. So once you click on the V over here, the VLOOKUP, you see that VLOOKUP comes up. So VLOOKUP looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table, and then return a value in the same row from a column you specify. Okay. So we basically VLOOKUP uses this ID number and then look for an employee name that has that same ID number and then brings it to the other side. Okay. Okay, so VLOOKUP looks for a value in the leftmost column of a table and then return a value in the same rows for a column you specify. Okay, so basically the lookup value is going to be on the left hand side there. So you can see our lookup value here is the employee ID. So we're looking for an employee name. So once you can identify the ID number in the left hand side, it will grab the employee name and then move it to the other side. So let's just use the function. We'll get to understand it. So let's just click VLOOKUP. Okay, so you can see the first argument is a lookup value. So our lookup value will be the salesperson employee ID number. So that's what we'll be looking. It will be looking at for. So that's what we'll be using to look into this table over here. So our lookup value is going to be the employee ID number. So you put a comma. So the next argument there is the table array. Now we want to use this lookup value and then we look for it in this table. So this is a table array. So what you do is just highlight this table and take it to the last row. Okay, so that is the last row. So what you're going to do next is we are going to lock this cell. So to do that, you click F4 to lock that cell so you don't have an error. So we have locked that cell now. So the next thing is we can see the dollar sign here in between the table array values. You can see the dollar signs. So you have successfully locked that table array. So the next argument is now which column in this table are you looking for? Now we're looking for the employee name. So the column there is going to be 2. Okay, so we have 1, we have 2, and 3. So we want Excel to bring this employee name over to this side. So we are going to put that is, you can see the argument over here, the column index number that you're looking for. So it's going to be 2. That is the employee name column, is the second column. So the next argument is are you looking for approximate match or an exact match? So we're looking for an exact match. We want it to be exactly the name that has the same employee ID number. So we're going to use the exact match there. So once you're done with that, you close your bracket and just hit enter. So we can now see over here that the Excel is able to grab the name Max over here and locate it to its corresponding ID number. So if we can look down to check and confirm this ID number over here, you can see it over here, Max. Max can see Max over here, and it has an ID number 52693. So you can see it over here 52693. So that's the same ID number that it has over here. Okay. So we want to see the value for all the rows in that column. So just where you have this plus sign here, just right click, and you can have a view of all your results over here. So we have solved that particular problem. So now what we're going to do now is we'll do the same thing by grabbing this this salesperson name, and then we're going to bring it to this main table, okay, over here. So that's what we're going to do basically. So we're going to write the title here. We call it employee name. Okay, so we want to bring those names from this salesperson table. We want to bring this name to the main table over here. So that's what we're going to do. But first of all, let's just name this let's name this table. So let's name this table. First of all, we want to call this table. So once you are highlighted that table, you come over here and you we'll call this table sales people. Okay. just click enter. So that's you give a name to these two this table that we have these two columns over here. So we call it salespeople because we want to reference it when we're using this VLOOKUP over here. Okay, so we are in this big table now. So we have the employee name over here. So we're going to bring those the employee name from this other table to this other sheet over here. Okay, so to do that, we say it's equal to, and we use the VLOOKUP function. So our lookup value, so the first argument is lookup value. So our lookup value will be our ID number. So you come over here, left hand side, you see and the ID number over here. So you just click and then we put a comma. So now the next thing you are going to do is what is the table array? So the next argument is the table array. So now we're going to use the table that we already named, which was salespeople. So let's just call it salespeople. Salespeople. The table in this salesperson table that we rename, we call it salespeople. So now the next argument is the column index number. So in this salesperson table, we are looking for which is the second column, which is the salesperson name that we want to bring. Okay, let's go back. So our column index number will be 2. Okay, it's going to be 2. And then what are we looking for? An approximate match or an exact match. So we want it to be exactly the name that has the corresponding ID number. So we choose exact match, and then we close the bracket and then just hit enter. So we can see here that we have the name. The name is being grabbed from this second table, this second sheet. So the name is being grabbed here, and then it is moved to this other big table. So you want to have a view of the names for each of those rows. So where you have this plus sign, just double click, and then you can see we have the names over here. So that's how VLOOKUP is being used basically. So see you in the next video.